Hello, welcome. Good, good day, good afternoon. This is the personal development section where you get to learn some soft skills, personal development skills that you need for your personal, your entrepreneurial, or career goals and all of that. And it's great to have you also on that note. Let me share my screen and then we will kick start. Okay, so we've been talking about goals, setting the right goals, and we touched on core values, your non-negotiables, the things that you stand by no matter what. And it's important that when you are setting goals, you actually align yourself with your core values. So for some people, it's integrity. For others, it is transparency. For others, it's excellence, leadership. Whatever your core values are, it's important that they align with your goals so that you can actually work on it and achieve them. And I also made mention of the fact that you can't say you are working on your goals without, working on your habits. Okay, so your habits are the things that you do consciously or unconsciously. Okay, so then how do we build systems around our goals? We have to create positive habits. Okay, so anytime you do something regularly, you've created a system around it. Okay, so for anything you want to achieve, it's important to build systems around it. So when it comes to goals, it's important to build systems around it. And how do you build systems? You deploy positive habits. Okay? Now that will help you increase your chance of actually getting that goal, okay? Because what you do regularly, it determines the outcomes that you want. So it's important that if this is what you want to do, you do it over and over and over again until it becomes part of you, part and parcel of you, okay? And also, sometimes we feel that things are not in our control. In your building of systems, you need to understand that it's within your control. Yes, which includes your habits, okay? So I made mention of the fact that to achieve your goals, you do not focus on the outcome. What do I mean by that? Okay, so having that goal in mind is important, is what to get you going. It's that thing that inspires you and all of that. It's important. But once you set your mind on that, now focus on the daily things that will get you there. Okay, so you shift your focus to the daily things, the process, so that you can enjoy it every step of the way. Of course, it's not going to be a rosy journey. It has never been easy for anybody who wants to achieve a lot of great things. It's part of it. In fact, anticipate it. Okay. And I think the last time we met, someone asked how we can actually change the bad habits, so to speak, or the negative habits. For some of us, it might be procrastinating. For some, because it's not you just procrastinate. It's not if you are lazy, you just procrastinate. For others, it could be time management. And for others, being able to manage your finances and all of that. So then how do we change our habits for the better? So a habit is something that you've done over and over again. It has become part of you, right? Habit is something you've done over and over again. So if you want to change it, and the best way to do that is to replace the negative ones with the positive ones. Because you can't say, oh, I'm going to quit this, I'm going to stop procrastinating. It doesn't work like that. You have to replace it with something and do it over and over until it becomes part of you. So that is how we normally change habits. You replace the negative ones with the ones you want to achieve. Okay? But before we do that, I want you to also have in mind that when the focus should be on what you want to, or who you wish to become, instead of what you want to achieve. What you want to achieve is just that means. It goes beyond that. So if you want to advance in your tech career, and for the sake of this meeting, the goal is not to just be a tech person. Okay, it's too vague. The goal is to become that person. The goal is to become a data scientist. The goal is to become a data analyst. The goal is to become a software engineer. The goal is to become a developer and all of that. So it gives it more meaning. Okay. So for someone who wants to do that, now, if you want to become this person, you have to now look at what constitutes or the things or the factors that constitute a data scientist. So what do they do? So what does a data scientist do? What does a data analyst do? What does a software engineer person do? What does an entrepreneur do? A successful one. Okay, so the goal is not to just buy and sell stuff online. Anybody can do that. The goal is to become a successful entrepreneur. So what do successful entrepreneurs do? That's how you work towards it. Okay, so the goal is not to eat healthily, but to become a healthy person. Okay, so that is a long-term goal. In fact, it's a lifetime goal. So everything you do now, you're focused on becoming that person. So it dictates what you do every single day. Please, when I'm breaking, you let me know. Let me know if I'm breaking. Okay, so the process of building a habit or a positive habit is the process of becoming yourself, really, because you are trying to get in line with who you actually are. And because of what you believe in yourself, that's what you do. If you don't believe in something, you're not going to do it. Okay, so who you are affirms what you do. So it's important to understand that. And any time, or the most practical way to change what you want to do, so that means you're moving from a negative habit to a positive habit, is to actually do that thing. So the moment you do it, you are affirming who you are. Okay, so if the goal is to become a data scientist or data analyst, what do they do? So the things that you do will constitute and affirm that indeed you are this person. Okay, so this step is very, very important. And sometimes it's mostly has to do with the mindset, the kind of mindset you have about yourself. Because it's one thing to say that you are ABCD, it's another thing for others to watch what you're doing. So if it doesn't tally, that is where the problem is. So when you can't just set goals and it feels like it has got nothing to do with you. People should see what you do to affirm that, okay, this person is ABC. This person is an entrepreneur. This person is a tech professional. This person is ABCD because he or she is doing these things. Okay, so it's important that we understand that. So how do we change our habits for the better then? Okay, how do we change our habits for the better? Knowing very well that it's very difficult. Everything you do or anything you do daily should match up with your goals. Okay, so if you want to become an avid reader, if you want to become this person, what you do daily will actually determine your goals. So everything you do daily must match up with your goals. So it is not enough to just set the goal and then just be hoping and wishing that some way, somehow, things will work out and you change. It's the things you do daily that will get you where you are. And so if you want to become an avid reader, you have no business scrolling through social media. You should first of all understand that that is a distraction, unless you're using it for research purposes. But you and I know that most of the time, we say that we are going to do ABCD online. By the time we realize we are on other platforms, just scrolling and just, whiling away the time. Okay. And so if the things you do daily don't match up with your goals, there is a disconnect. Okay. So for instance, you are a writer, and for that I should have even edited. So if you're a programmer, your goal is to, or maybe a software developer, your goal that you have in mind is to become a software developer. Okay. Your system is to create a schedule where you follow the task daily to build up to that goal. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you're following. Okay. And I always say that your habits should solve a problem you are facing, not creating one. Your habits, what you do daily, should solve problems, not create new ones or existing ones or amplify existing ones. So if your habits are not helping you reach your goals, then they are actually creating problems for you. So anything that you want to change or anything that you want to do differently, it starts from your habits. It's what you do daily. So you can decide, okay, today I know. Social media, yes, it's a very people have their own reasons for that, okay, and I don't, to each his own, really. But then the fact that you know that you have these things to do and you have goals, okay, make sure that every time or any time you set yourself to do something, you do it, whether you feel like doing it or not. Because anytime you replace a negative habit with a positive one, it's actually teaching you that, okay, you can actually do it. It is affirming who you are, that, okay, I can do it. I've been able to do it. It is affirming it, and it is gradually replacing the old or the negative habits that you want to stop. It's very important. So if it's not solving a problem, it shouldn't create one as well. Okay, very important. So then how do we change our habit to suit our goals? How do we make sure that what we are doing daily matches up or compounds to the goals that we have for ourselves? Okay, and these methods, I've tried it and it has worked wonders for me. Wonders for me in such a way that sometimes I know it. I know when I'm supposed to do something and I've not done it and I'm wasting time. You know that feeling that you get, like you know very well that this time is for studies. This time I'm supposed to focus on ABCD. It hits you, right? Because for some time now you have done it. You are trying to replace, it with a positive one. So you are building a positive habit here. So anytime you don't do it, it's like there's something wrong. There's something wrong somewhere. I have to get back. Okay. So now how do we do that? How do we change our habits to suit our goals? The first thing is that you need to make that goal obvious. so obvious. What do I mean by that? For instance, it is your goal to make time to study. Let me just put it that way. You want to make time to study. You don't want to procrastinate, okay, on your course, obviously. So you want to change that habit to a positive one. So you don't want to procrastinate. And you schedule, time that you're going to do ABC. Okay? Now, if you schedule it in a way that you don't make it obvious. You don't set, my phone is always, there's always notification. There's always time for me to do something. I've scheduled it. And so when I know that after lunch, I have 1 hour to do this. It's a scheduled. And I've set alarm on it. And so come with me, I have to use that. I have to use that time for that. Make that goal obvious. I see it, so I want to do it. There's something about seeing your goals. There's something about having some evidence around. Okay? If your goal is to read more books, why are you hiding it in the storeroom? If your goal is to exercise more and become, make healthier choices, why are your gym clothes or your gym equipment stuck somewhere? You have to see it so that it creates that prompting. It creates that prompt in your mind that I need to do this thing. For some time now, I stopped. I stopped. I was looking for other ways to still keep fit, because I noticed that for some time now, you do a lot of sitting down behind a PC and all of that. And if you're not intentional about moving around, you get lazy, you get lethargic, you don't get that energy. And you know me, I need my energy. So I was like, okay, how do I make sure that at least I'm getting my daily dose of, my energy levels are high so that I can perform? Because when my energy levels are, I'm able to, I can concentrate better, I can think better, So I decided that, I would wake up at 6 and then do my morning run. I have to do that before I do any other thing. Wake up and do my run before. Now, in order for me, and sometimes, how sometimes the weather is so, just waking up out of bed is such a challenge. How many of you are not morning people? Let me see. Let me see my crowd. Let me see my crowd. How many of you are not morning people at all? Like, it's a struggle to wake up. It's a struggle. Let's be honest. Let me know my people. Like, you struggle, and it's not as if you're even going to bed late, but just getting up is such a struggle. So you can imagine. So it's such a struggle to just get up and say you're going for a run with no motivation. And so what I decided to do, and that has helped me, after setting my alarm, I set my alarm at least 10 minutes, because I know myself. I know that when I get up, I have to start negotiating in my head. Okay, do I want to wake up? Am I doing this? So I do that internal dialogue with myself for close to 5-10 minutes. And then I'm like, okay, let's do this. You know what, let's do this. So I set my alarm in such a way that I have that leeway to struggle with my thoughts, but no matter what, I'll still, by 6, I'm up and I'm going for my run. And then prior to that, or maybe the evening before that, I set everything up. So when I wake up, I know I'm seeing my runners, I am seeing this, I am seeing it. There's no way, because I want to do it. Okay. And so I'll have to see it in order for that thing to prompt me to take that step. So imagine if I'm hiding everything, I've not set any alarm, and I just decided, oh, some way, somehow I'll wake up early and do it. No, there's nothing that is prompting you. So make that goal obvious. Make that goal so obvious, so obvious. See it around. See it around in everything that you do. That way, when it's time for you to do it, it's easier to go ahead. Again, we are focusing on the daily habits, on the daily things that we are supposed to do. Okay? Now, the second thing is that make the goal attractive. If it's nice, I want to do it. I want to do it because it's nice. Okay? It's nice. That's why I want to do it. How do you make a goal attractive? Because naturally, as humans, we gravitate towards doing things that makes us feel nice, feel, that good feeling. So I make it attractive. If I have to play music on my way, on my run, I do it. And I love loud music. For someone who can be quite introverted, I love loud music. Sure, I've been disturbing my neighbors, but they've not had confidence to come and tell me anything. Anyway, make that goal attractive. What are some of the things that will make you want to do it? What is it? For sometimes, oh, it's really boring. Find ways and means to make it attractive so that you enjoy it. And the more you enjoy it, the more you're willing to do it. Okay? Make it attractive. Okay? And now the third is to make the goal easy. Easy peasy. So I do it. We gravitate towards doing things that are easy, naturally. Okay? Sometimes the human mind likes the challenge, but naturally, we don't like doing hard stuff, right? Anytime you put something hard and something easy, I would naturally want to try the easy one first and see. Now, even in exams and when you are giving tests, you map out all the easy ones to do first. Okay, I can do this within 30 minutes. Let me just do that, get it out of the way, and then I'll focus on the hard ones. Okay. So naturally, we want to do the easy stuff. When we are given two options, we move. It's a principle, but what's in the name? We gravitate towards doing the easier stuff. So make that goal easy. And that is not to say you are picking easy things to do. No. That's not what I mean. It's not picking easy things to do during the day. No. Make it easy for you to start. Make it easy for you to start. So don't overwhelm yourself. So if the goal is to read, just pick one chapter. If the chapter is too long, pick just know that but 3 paragraphs. Make it easy for you to just start. So once you start, then you build, and then you start going. But then if you put if you make it very difficult for you to even start, and your mind finds it very difficult, the possibility of you even starting becomes a problem. So the goal is to make it easy for you to start. Okay? Make it easy for you to start. And with time, you come to accept the challenge. You want to try more. Haven't you noticed sometimes the first time you start exercising, it's very difficult, right? It's very, very, very difficult. But then you make it easy for you to start. And gradually you want to do more push-ups. Haven't you noticed? At a point, you want to do more jumping jacks. You want to do more runs. That is how it's supposed to be. So make it easy. Make the entrance, the entrance exams must be very easy so that you can start and then you build from there. Sometimes when we want to do something and the goals are so challenging and all of that, we think that you need to start with the hard stuff. I personally don't think so, because severally I've fallen short of that, and I realized it didn't help me. So I make it easy for me to start. And then I build up. I build up. So make that goal easy. When it's easy, you naturally want to just do it. And that's how you warm up. You warm up to it. Okay? And the last but not least is to make the goal satisfying. I love how it makes me feel, and so I do it. This is how people get. And this has, interestingly, this has got to do with for positive and negative habits. Okay, now if the goal is satisfying enough, you love how it makes you feel. After a good run, I come home, I'm happy, I'm more energized, I have energy to work. It is satisfying. I've enjoyed my playlist. It is satisfying. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. I'm taking care of my body. I'm able to read. I make it easy. The goal is satisfying. I'm learning a lot. I like how I feel that I am learning and I am growing. I love how it makes me feel. And that is why I'll continue doing it. So make that goal satisfying so that you can continue. Now, this has got to do with even the negative ones. So if there is any negative habits that you are trying to replace, then don't make it obvious as well. Don't put measures in place that is so obvious that when you pick your phone and you scroll, the first thing is TikTok. It's so obvious that you can't even help it. Does it make sense? You're making it so easy for you to do that habit, which is not helping you. So if you want to replace an old or a negative one, make it unattractive. If it's not nice, you can do it. If it's hard, if it's difficult, you won't do it. If it's not satisfying, you won't do it. So it's the same thing when you want to replace the negative ones. If you want to focus on the positive ones, you make it obvious, you make it attractive, you make it easy for you to start, and then you make it satisfying. And reward yourself. Everything, you reward yourself. Whatever it is, whatever that your reward is. Okay? And these are very simple things that maybe you may not have focused on. But once you start, you realize and you see a lot of progress. Okay? Have these in mind. And then gradually for every task or anything that you set yourself to do in the day, make sure that you have these things in mind. The goal must be obvious, must be attractive, must be easy to start, and then make it satisfying. Okay? Very, very important. I hope we are clear on this, and I hope it makes sense. Can you see yourself applying these concepts? Can you see yourself starting? I'm making it easy. I hope that I'm making it easy for you to start applying these concepts. If you can't see my screen, please let me know. Let me know that it's general. Can you all see my screen? I'm still sharing my screen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So the goal for me and for our session is to make sure that it's attractive, it's easy for you to start, it's it's obvious, of course, and then it is satisfying. Okay. And I believe we all know that success is a byproduct of a good process. Success is a byproduct of a good process. Okay? It's not by luck. It's not by chance. It's a byproduct of a good process. So having that in mind, let's see how we can set the right goals. Okay? Set the right goals. Now, these are the 3 questions that you need to have in mind. Okay, on these 3 facts. One has got to do with the reason, the why. Some people think that the why is the most important one. Why am I setting these goals? You need to ask yourself again and again and again so you get to the core reason. So why do I want to exercise? Is it because you want to get in shape, you want to get that revenge body? Why are you setting that goal? And the more you ask yourself, you go deeper and deeper. You realize that, wow, I thought it was because of this reason, but no, it goes beyond. And your why must be so strong. Why am I setting these goals? Why do I want to become a data scientist? Oh, because the money, I've heard that some good money, right now they are paying tech professionals well. I think it will help you. Why do you want to become this? Well, I think, okay, then the money will also help me. Then I can be financially stable and independent. Why do you want to become a data scientist? So that it gets to a point you realize that, okay, it's not really about the money again. Because having satisfied that, is that all? Is that all there is? Okay, I want to be able to make this impact. I want to be able to say to myself that I've been able to do this and all. You need to ask yourself again and again and again so that you get to that point. Once you get to that core, that main reason where nothing else, there's no other reason again, you can now hold on to it. Because that's how you know that your why is so strong. The reason is very important. So that when life threatens you, and life will do, you are still standing on firm grounds. Because your why is so strong. The reason why you are on this journey, on this path, is so strong. Okay? And the need, the second thing is the need, the what. What need is it solving in my life? Is there a psychological need? Is there a financial need? What is it? What need is this goal solving? It needs to solve a problem. We set goals because we want to solve problems in our lives. So what need is it solving? That needs to be answered as well. You saw what I did there. And the third is person, the who. Who is it helping? To yourself? And there's nothing wrong with your goals helping you. They are supposed to help you. Who is it helping? Is it meant for others? These questions need to be asked and answered right. The reason, the need, and the person. Very, very important. Okay? Very important. So after going through the reason and finding your why and finding the need and who it's actually helping, it's important to also understand what this goal entails. So I call it the knowledge, the capacity, and the action. For any goal at all, any goal. People have top tier goals, people have I say normal goals. There are no normal goals, but yes. And people have just the daily things, just doing things daily, okay? It needs to satisfy, first of all, the knowledge question. So what information do I need for that goal? I'm setting this goal. There's something I want to do. There's something I want to achieve. What information do I need so that I can achieve that goal? What information do I need for that goal to be achieved? It is not enough to say that I want to do ABCD. You need information on how you can do it. So the knowledge question is very important when you are setting goals. Okay? So after gaining the knowledge and the information, you know that you have to do ABCD. You have to enroll in this course. I want to become a what. I need to get the knowledge. I need to get information. I need to get the what. The second thing is the capacity. The capacity. I need someone to type in the comment section. The capacity. The capacity. The capacity. Do I have what it takes? Thank you, Frida. Do I have what it takes to accomplish them? Do I have what it takes to accomplish that goal? Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Maxwell. Thank you. The capacity with emphasis. So it is not enough again to know. Do you have what it takes to accomplish it? And that comes from a very personal standpoint. So it shows your grit. It shows how you can endure. It shows your level of perseverance. It shows your level of not giving up. You have what it takes to accomplish them. Because you can have the information. You can have all the information, but some will not take the step because there is something lacking. They are not going to take the step. They don't feel adequate enough. They have imposter syndrome. They feel, maybe it's a time, I don't, maybe this is not the right time. They keep making excuses. So the capacity bit has got to do with the individual. You yourself. Do you have what it takes to accomplish them? It's very, very important. Once you are able to have clarity on that, okay, devoid of all the things that may come your way, then you can answer the final question. What do I need to do? What do I need to do then? Sometimes with the capacity side, it deals mostly of the person's mindset. It has a lot to do with their mindset. It has a lot to do with their mindset. Because even with all the information, if you think and you feel that you can't do it, no matter what information you have, or the push, or if you don't take that step, that this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go through it, and I'm not going to allow anything to stop me, and I'm not going to allow circumstance to derail me, and I'm going to stay on it till I get it. No one can do that for you. That's when now you can take actions. So what do I need to do in order to achieve them, in order to achieve it? What are the actions? What are the steps that I need to take? I hope this makes sense. So now you see that it's not so simple to just say, I want to do this thing 2025. A lot, the thought process that goes into it. So that when you start well. And you continue and you finish well. It makes sense. The knowledge, the capacity, and the action. Very important. And we see it a lot. People start and they are not able to continue. People start in life blows them away. People start. And they themselves, they talk themselves out of it. So they don't even get to continue. They don't even get to do what they're supposed to do. It's very important. Very important. I hope you're clear on that. I hope you're following. Hope you're following. Time. Okay. Let's do this last slide. It's not the last slide, but for the sake of time. We've seen this CTA a lot. Thank you very much. The 9 CTA, call to action. What? But I believe these 3 things are for every goal that you set. You should have these 3 elements. Touch on it a bit. Second. So the C has got to do with clarity, the what and the why. Now every goal should be absolutely clear, precise, and devoid of any uncertainty and vagueness. You can't say that, oh, I think that, you know what, 2025, I can see myself doing this. So I think that, I feel that, that alone is showing how unclear and uncertain you are. Every goal you set must be so clear. It must be precise. I want to do ABC. There shouldn't be that uncertainty. Oh, I think that, you know what? I feel that I want to. So much uncertainty and clarity, and it's lacking clarity. So it has to be certain. Be clear on exactly what you want. We'll go into details, but I just want you to understand that every goal must be clear, easily stated, precise, to the point. It has to be time oriented. So the when. There must be a set date. There's a start date and there's an end date. Oh yes. Yes, it could be a cycle, but there should be a start date and an end date. And that cycle continues. And so even though a goal can be very clear, if you don't set timelines for it, deadlines for it, when you want to achieve that alone becomes a problem. And so it's your duty, it is my duty, it is our duty, it is our responsibility to set practical timelines and deadlines. Practical. The emphasis on the word practical. So it's not enough to just set it. Is it practical? Is it feasible? Is it workable? Because if you don't, you just leave it to chance. Oh, this year I want to do ABC. It's still big. Because then you will start, but would you finish? Would you complete it? That's the problem. If you don't put times to it, you can't even tell if you've achieved it, you can't even tell because there's no time. The third has got to do with the actions, the how. Every goal must have an action. What's a goal without an action? A deliberate step. Can someone just score a goal? Literally, can you just score a goal standing? It's not possible. We take action, literally. Okay? A deliberate step. What will you do every day to reach that goal? Every goal should have clarity, the what and the why you are doing this, what exactly you want to achieve, the timeline when you want to achieve it, and the actions, the steps that you take in order to achieve. Is it clear? Are we clear on that? Is it making sense? Have I confused anyone? Because that is not my goal. Bad. So true, Bernadine. So true. So true. They don't even make it, they don't even help you. They make it very difficult. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you. Dachumo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. These things are very, very important. Very, very important. And I'm glad that it's making sense, because my goal is to make sure that it's easy. I like to simplify, because I don't like it. I don't make it simple, make it easy. Let's understand, let's be going. What is this? Hello. I don't know how to do that. So anytime I get to share, I make sure that, look, understand it very simply in your own words, in your own understanding, so that, again, it's easy for you to not here to complicate things. It's not supposed to be complicated at all. Okay? I hope that is clear. If there's any question I'd like to take, and then we'll bring our session to a close. It's how this 1 hour rushes. I need you to notice it comes so fast. Not like our regular classes. Anyway. Okay. Any questions concerning what I have shared so far? Any questions? And next week we'll go through another very interesting aspect of things. So, you know, what happens if you set the goals and you set what, and then you are not able to. How do you go about it? You know, how do you use systems to get things done? And all of that. We'll go even into details as we progress. As we progress, how do you stay consistent to your goals? That's a very good one. That is a very, very, very good one. How do you stay consistent? A very good one. I'll touch on it a little, but I believe next week we'll even. So I wake up and read the streets and revert back on the 4th day. Yes. Yes. Sometimes the motivation is there for the first few days. And then, because it hasn't become a habit yet, you revert. Staying consistent is one of the most difficult things to do. It's one of the most difficult things to be consistent. And yet it is required. So one thing I would say, based on what I have experienced, is that you do it even when you don't feel like doing it. That's a difficult. Even when, regardless of your feelings, regardless of what is happening to you, you do it. And most of the time, our feelings and our emotions, they get in the way. They get in the way a lot. Because there are days you wake up, the energy is there. You want to, hey, you are doing this, you are coding, you are learning, you are and there are other days, zero motivation. So what happens? Without the motivation, can you still do it? Can you still do it without the motivation? So you do it regardless of your feelings. Regardless, take your feelings out, because do that check. Like, why don't I want to do this? No, I don't. I don't feel like doing it, really. Tired, like there's no motivation. That alone is an indication that okay, it's not a good enough reason, because our feelings are so fleeting. One moment you are happy, the next moment you are sad, the next moment you are anxious. How can you rely on your feelings? Yes, it's so unreliable. So you can't rely on. So you do it. You do it when you don't feel it. And what I've noticed that once you start, it clears that thing. It clears that feeling of not wanting to do. You've already started. You have already started. And so it just picks the momentum, it just picks up from there. So regardless of your feelings, you do it. Yesterday was quite a tough one. Ooh, yesterday was quite a tough. Getting out of bed was very difficult. And interesting, I could sense it. You know, I could sense that, hi, I'm going to struggle. And I knew it. I knew I was going to struggle. It was very difficult. But like, you know what? Let me just do it. Let me just do it. I don't feel like doing it, but I'm going to do it regardless. I want to be someone who is able to keep up. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. It's affirming who I am and who I'm becoming. Okay. So some few days come, I want to look back and appreciate the fact that I didn't give up. And so I built stamina. I built it up. Okay. So you do it regardless of your feelings. Thank you, Ruben. So how do you achieve an ambition or goal considering that someone has low capacity in terms of resource? So when you say resource, is it that what kind of resource that is? Because someone can have all the resources and there's still no motivation to still do it. Okay, so we need to answer that question. Why? Is it an imposter syndrome? Is that you feel inadequate? Is it that you've not been exposed? You need, what exactly do you need? Then you need to be honest with yourself. You need to be very, very honest with yourself, so that when you start, you have a reason to continue. Okay, and I believe that you can actually build that capacity. You can actually build that capacity and it keeps growing. Okay. So hypothetically speaking, you have to set goals and be very do you pause and sometimes it's not hungry? How do you escape? That's a good one. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, a second. I think that's how do you bounce back? Yes. I don't want to go into okay, but let me just touch on that briefly. And if you set your goal and you miss, the goal is not to miss, because you are creating a system where you do it every day. The idea is that that thing needs to become part of you. Okay, that thing that you need to do every day, it needs to be part of you. It needs to become a habit. So the goal is not to break or interrupt that process a lot. Don't interrupt that process. In any case, if for some reason or circumstance beyond your control, you miss it, get back on track. Okay? Get back on track. But don't create a system where it is easy for you to miss it, to be missing it. Oh, today I do it, today I'm not able to do it. Because the more you keep doing it, the more it becomes habit. And that is the goal. It's for you to do it over and over. That becomes your second nature. So don't interrupt the process a lot. It's very, very important. And then also, what is that thing that you can do? My time is almost up. I'll end by saying this. So without motivation, without any encouragement, without anyone telling you that you can do it, or any motivational speaker giving you the fire and all of that, can you still do that thing? Ask yourself. With zero motivation, what is that minimum, that mini thing that you can do? But sometimes if some days are not all days are the same, but the goal is to do it. So even if you can't do that full haul on that highest your peak time, what is the lowest you can do? Do it. Do it and give yourself grace. So if it's just 5 jumps that you can do to say that you exercise, do it. It doesn't make sense, but do it. It is better to do that than not do anything and miss it. So if I'm not able to go for my run, and then that means that day I'll be climbing the staircase up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Some way, somehow, the minimum requirements for that goal or that habit should be there, so that no matter what happens, you are still able to. It's just one paragraph or one to it. I hope that makes sense. We'll go deeper as we progress. Burnouts are really a thing. Very, very true. That is very, 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 very true. Burnouts, I've experienced it countless of times. Countless of times. To be honest, I believe that you've also seen me experience that. I think cohort 2 can testify. This September, yeah. Then burnouts, because there's no break. There's no break anyway. But you can find a way around it. Okay. Okay. Once something challenges me, I give up. What can I do to change that? Okay. Once something challenges you. Okay, as I said, the mind loves challenge, but the mind doesn't like to do hard stuff. Let me know if I'm breaking. I'll end here quickly. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm breaking. Sorry, I was breaking. Can you hear me now? Let me finalize quickly. Apologize for the extension of time. Let me just answer Masimola quickly. Okay, so second. I said that the mind likes challenges, but doesn't like doing hard stuff. So make it easy for you to start. Don't put impediments your way. Don't make it very difficult. Because as you progress and it becomes challenging, your mind wants to see, I want to see how I can do. But if it's hard on the start, you will not, you even, there's no motivation to even continue. There's no motivation to start. Okay? So I know when it's challenging, find how easy can I start? How easy it is, can it be for me to start this thing? Answer that question. And then you'll be good to go. How easy can I do this? Can I do this difficult? How can I make it easy? Okay. How do we avoid village people? Who are those village people? They ain't got nothing on you. They ain't got nothing on you. Pray over them. What about losing interest when it's no longer challenging? Yes, when it's no longer challenging. That's a good one. Yes. It's your why. Your why will keep you going. Your why will keep you going. Why did you even start in the first place? Why did you start in the first place? Okay. Why did you start in the first? It's very, very important. And so your why must be so strong, grounded, so that you can keep on going. Okay. Yes. We start with a lot of energy, and then it gets with time. Sometimes it's even boredom. you may not, it's not necessarily that you've lost. Yes, it's just boredom because you've done it again. The same routine. So then it's just boring. Okay. So after understanding your why, you have to find a way to make it exciting. Again, make it satisfying. Find a way. Find a way to make it attractive again. So that you can keep up. Okay, find a way to make it attractive. Find a way to make it satisfying. And sometimes at a point in time, you just fall in love with the boredom. The fact that you are able to still achieve it, that in itself makes you feel good. Sometimes you fall in love with the boredom, really. Deal with them traditionally. Okay, on that note, this is where time will permit us. And thank you all so much. Thank you for actively participating. Enjoyed the session, having your questions and all. And I believe that this has helped you one way or the other. And I look forward to our other interesting sessions. Village people, they are lying. We will achieve our goals. Yes. Come what may. Come what? To the glory of God. To the glory of God. Thank you all so much. Thank you very much. Sorry for those who are having issues with their LMS. Yes, I've taken notice, and then Emmanuel Manson, I've taken notes, Benson as well. And then I'll look into that. Okay. On that note, we bring our session to a close. Apologies for the extension. Okay, well noted. I'm saying, we'll check on that for you. And so, evening student, you have your session. Okay, and then we'll meet. Okay, we have session. Yes, so the bootcamp content have been removed from it. It's not necessarily removed, it's been edited for the for those who are using, who have access to it now. That's why there's been changes, but it hasn't necessarily. So we have all the lesson slides still there. Okay, the lesson slides are still there. You can still access it. Okay. Okay. So was there no class yesterday? You mean the evening class or the morning class? You mean the evening class? Emanson, are you with the evening class? Morning. Yes, so yesterday was Wednesday. Yes, so like I'm speaking to two different people, so don't worry. Cohort 1, cohort 2, it's I'm not referring to you. This there are some bootcamp participants in this session as well. Okay, so Wednesdays you have only the industry expert session. That's why you met yesterday in the afternoon. All of us met yesterday in the afternoon. Okay, so Wednesdays you don't have session. Yours is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the regular cohorts have theirs Monday through to Thursday. Okay, so that's it. So today you have your session as well as tomorrow. Okay. Yes. Okay. That's fine. I'm sure next week you'll definitely have yours. You definitely have the industry expert session next week. Okay. That's fine. So yes, Benson, Emanson, and then who else? Is it Manuel? We'll check on the LMS and then so that you can work on that. Okay, I have to bring the session to a close. Thank you all so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's keep learning. And I can't wait to see the amazing things that you're doing and you'll be achieving. Okay. I look forward to our next session. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I don't take it for granted. God richly bless you for the time. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. Okay. See you all later. Enjoy the rest of your day. And then have a good enjoy the rest of the day. Bye everyone. Bye. 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 Thank you.